But first tonight, it is a done deal. No death penalty for one of Kentuckiana's most notorious killers. And tonight we're talking to key players involved in this case. Good evening, everyone. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Rachel Platt. Ricky Kelly, at one time charged with 8 murders, in the end pleading guilty to 1 and getting 10 years. Lots of debate on whether that's enough. And tonight we have team coverage of this case.
We began with our Tabney Dozier, and Tabney prosecutors feel this was the best they could do. Can he ever be charged with the other murders that have been talked about in this long, ongoing case?
Very long. And those previous murder charges, Rachel and Doug, even though they were dropped, I am told he could be recharged if new evidence is presented. Those other murder cases are still open, and the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office telling me, due to the evidence, Ricky Kelly will still remain off of the streets. Prosecutors in the case of Ricky Kelly went from filing the death penalty to first-degree manslaughter.
He is going to prison for one of the people that he killed. There's still other victims out there that he's never even been charged with.
Ricky Kelly, at one time accused of 8 murders, pleading guilty to manslaughter in the death of Lawante Jackson. For Metro Councilman David James, who worked on the police force with Louisville Narcotics, he calls this plea deal a flaw in the justice system.
For this time to come where he finally goes to prison is welcome, even though I would rather have had the other thing happen.
Kelly, who frequented James's district, particularly the Victory Park neighborhood, is accused of being hired by drug dealers to kill people. Some say this fear and intimidation worked in the justice system as well.
I don't think it was because of fear and intimidation. Certainly the death of Greg Sawyer's had an effect, but the evidence in the case always directs us towards the ultimate goal. There are cases where the loss of a witness would not cause us to amend to manslaughter.
Assistant Commonwealth Attorney Elizabeth Jones-Brown says the evidence was what led to this plea deal.
No, I'm not happy with 10 years, but I am happy that there was a conviction.
Kelly has already served 12 years in prison, and Brown says there is not enough evidence to indict him on the other murders he was allegedly linked to. Now, with this 10-year first-degree manslaughter sentence, I'm told Kelly will not see the parole board until serving at least 8.5 years. Now, tonight at 6, we revisit the murder case of Gail Duncan, an informant gunned down in front of her daughter in 1996. That case was linked to Kelly, but he has not faced any charges. I'm Tabney Dozier, WHAS 11 News.